person who's supposed to be sharing my room never showed up. It's almost 4 a.m. I crashed like as soon as I got in. I slept for maybe 3 hours. I'm still like really out of it, totally in a post-exertional malaise. Um, I've just been laying here for a few hours, but I really wanted to push myself to get up and shower. Like, even though I have the room to myself, I know I really stink, and I'm like, if I get up and there are, like I want to go to the kitchen or something and I have to pass people before I shower, that's going to be really uncomfortable for me, so I'd rather shower now while everyone's asleep. And I also only have one pair of pants, which I couldn't wash when I did laundry the other day because I was out doing stuff. So I just sort of like washed my pants in the shower, which obviously I need to do now so that they're dry by daytime, um, you know, for if I want to go out. Yeah, right now my priority for tomorrow is going to be going to get a water bottle for one because I usually like reuse water bottles for like weeks or months at a time until they get kind of gross, and I haven't had one in a while, but it's been so hot lately and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? Why am I walking around town with no water bottle when it's this hot? And now I'm really thirsty and um, I have to go down these stairs to the kitchen to refill this glass of water I have, and it's just a glass, so it's not that much. So, actually, I think I'm just gonna refill it in the bathroom and save myself the stairs. But yeah, I was already thinking before I got here, like I might actually just spend pretty much the whole time in the hostel, resting from the trip and maybe trying to get stuff done on the computer. I do want to go out and explore, but I've only got 3 days, and typically it takes me a few days to recover from traveling, so I'm not sure if there's really much that I'm gonna be able to manage. We'll see. Just resting for now. Well, I'm so excited to say, uh, first of all, I've been feeling awful today, like that post-travel malaise that comes with being chronically ill. But I found a place online that is gluten-free. It's called Gluten No. And even better, they deliver because it turns out my hostel doesn't have a kitchen. I mean, like, it has a fridge and a microwave, but there's no stove or oven. And I barely feel up to getting up and walking to the kitchen, let alone going out in the heat to the store. And, what am I going to eat anyway? So I ordered some food, and things are a lot cheaper here, which is also awesome. We got my carbonara, my chocolate crepe, and my lavender honey lemonade. I've been avoiding sugar lately, but since it's gluten free, like I can actually eat a crepe. This is so exciting. Yeah, the guy didn't bring a card machine, but luckily I had a little bit of cash with me, and they do accept euros, which is such relief because I was just thinking, like, I'll pay with my card. So um, yeah, he said if you tell them ahead of time, they can bring the card machine. But it turns out I think the exchange rate is like 2 points. Yeah, something like €3 is like 2.7 dinar. And so it's pretty close. Like you're paying slightly more with euros, but at least they accept euros because otherwise I would have been stuck. All right, I just left this little supermarket. They've got like Haribo, Milka, Dr. Oetker, all German brands. They've got this Label 5 whiskey from France, um, like Nestle and all these big American brands. Maybe even a bit of Greek stuff too. I saw some Hava. It didn't have any ingredients written on it at all. Yeah, so I got this little drink, which looks safe. Obviously, I can't read this part, but it's, pretty straightforward. I also got some bananas, but I didn't realize I was supposed to weigh them. So the guy behind me in line weighed them when they realized I didn't understand. Here's my receipt. Alright, so I told you guys about the food I ordered yesterday. I just tried to order from the same place again. The guy at the reception here and the lady at the restaurant there both spoke really great English. I didn't have any issues. And then the guy who came to deliver said I had to pay in cash, and I was happy he accepted euros, but he said if I wanted to use my card, I'd have to tell the restaurant ahead of time, and he'd bring the card machine with him. So I called back today, and I guess it was a different lady because she was really confused. I kept trying to figure out if they use nuts in the pesto, and she had no idea what I was asking. And I went ahead and gave her my order. I'm trying to order a lot of food because I'm leaving early in the morning and I'm going to be on the road all day. There's really nothing else I can eat that I can take with me. And I'm going to be dealing with that post-travel malaise the day after tomorrow, so I wanted to order a lot so that it lasts. And she read the order back to me twice, and it wasn't quite right. So um, then I asked her about the card machine, and she's like, "No, the delivery guy has no idea what he's talking about. We don't have a card machine. You have to pay cash." So I talked to the guy in reception. He said, if you go to an exchange, you have to have cash. If you have a card, you have to go to the ATM. So I go downstairs to the ATM. I'm like all confused with the conversion because it's basically like 1,000 dinar is, somewhere close to 10 euros, I believe. So, but I was like really confused about like how many zeros I need to leave off with the conversion. Um, and then I finally got my money. I come back up. I'm thinking, okay, this is a good thing because I actually get to see the money and like hold it. Maybe I can like keep one as a souvenir. But I was kind of missing out on that. But then, I also just realized that for the bus, apparently, it's not Flix directly, it's like one of their partners, and the partner charges like €1 per checked bag, and you have to pay like 150 to get into the bus station. And it has to be in cash. So, like, before I'm stranded tomorrow morning with no cash, I figured, okay, this is not so bad, at least I'm prepared. But then I come back and the guy reception says, oh, by the way, you have to pay cash here too. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me like 5 seconds ago? I could have gotten it all at once, but now I'm gonna have to pay the fee twice. And he said that they have like a 3% fee for cards, so most places try to avoid it if they can. So, yeah. Alright, so on day 2, I did get my food. It was 2 hours after I ordered. I was going crazy because the first day I ordered and I got my food like around 3, and I was so hungry. I ate it all. And I was tempted to order again that day, but the place closed at 6, and I just didn't want to deal with it and, like, bothering the guy at reception to call them and getting the delivery guy to come out there again. And I was just like, okay, I'll wait until the next day, but I'm gonna probably order pretty early in the day. Yeah, and then as it turns out, the next day it took me forever to finally place the order with all of the miscommunications. And then it took forever for the delivery guy to actually come, and he said it's really difficult because I was in the pedestrian area for him to find a place to park. And then he came, I ordered a ham sandwich because the prosciutto sandwich had pesto, but I looked in the sandwich and it was like this green stuff that I was sure was pesto. And they swore to me that it's their pumpkin sauce and or pumpkin cream, and it just happens to look just like pesto. And I also ordered another carbonara, but I didn't realize that they had left that out. And I ordered a pizza, which I don't have any pictures because I was starving by then, but it was delicious. And I finished the pizza that evening, and I had the sandwich like pretty early the next day, so I was pretty hungry after that. It would have been nice to have the carbonara, but I guess like since it's kind of like oily and they put it in this like paper carton, it would have been messy. Like, so maybe it's a good thing it didn't come. I feel okay with it because at least I got to try it and, taste it. It was definitely a lot more frustrating the second time around. The delivery guy was speaking French to me for some reason. Like, I'm not quite sure how he picked up on that. I don't think I had, yeah, like maybe I had my Biosabon bag when I went to pay the first day. I don't know, or just from like looking at my name. I don't know, but like he somehow seemed to know that I spoke French and was like throwing out these French words here and there, which, I thought that was cute. For a cute older Serbian man. Yeah, but I mean, the food was delicious, and I mean, it was definitely so nice to have the option of eating stuff like that, especially very like unexpected in a place like Serbia. Yeah, I've never come across a place that has gluten-free crepes, so I love that for sure. It was all incredibly cheap, so honestly, I think if I go back, I would maybe even stay in a different hostel that's closer to where they're located, just to make it easier to order and so that maybe I can go in person, because that was pretty much the highlight of my trip was right there.